What is going on, XCFL? We are coming at you with the first Hitstick podcast in over a year and a half, I think. I got Guac, Bracket, and Rob with me today. We're going to kind of do a little XCFL roster breakdown, kind of look, users versus roster versus situation, the whole thing, kind of see where everyone stacks up, kind of make predictions on who we think is going to win each division, who we think is going to make the far in the playoffs, make that Super Bowl run. Just kind of talk all things XCFL because it's been a minute. We had the team draft, but now it's official. We're here for some XCFL football, so I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. I don't anticipate a ton of people to be in the chat, but so we're just gonna do it live in case you are, and then we'll go ahead and get the video posted so people can watch it back on the YouTube account, our joint YouTube account with Campus Legends and XCFL Network. So pretty cool situation here. Should be pumping out a lot of content. The goal this year is going to be broadcasts. I really want to get, now that we have all user matchups, try to get some type of weekly broadcast. We'll pick a night of the week that it works for at least a couple of us, have a couple different crews, and kind of go from there because it should be fun seeing some of these user matchups because we haven't got to see it in a long time. So, gentlemen, Bracket, how are we doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing awesome, man. I'm so pumped for this to be back.
Dude, it was weird just before I go to Guac, but it was weird going into trade discussions, Rob, I'm sure you can attest too, but just all of a sudden being like, oh, I gotta respond, and so like, what do you want? And I'm like, I don't know anymore. Like, what, it's a cool situation to be in. Feels good, getting that pick, and then you're like, ah, should I have to wait a whole season until we get to until I get to use this? But Guac, what about you, sir? How are we doing over there in Seattle?
Dude, we're doing good. Dude, we're doing good, man. I'm excited to draft, dude. I'm already excited for draft night. We haven't even kicked off yet. Trade block is open, man. I got some vets I need to get rid of, get some picks. I'm so hyped.
You shameless plugging motherfucker.
Send Tariq Woolen my way. I'll slide you an O-line. I don't have any left.
Oh.
I'll slide you something. Rob, what about you, buddy?
That's way better.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Doing good. I started today at noon doing TikTok videos singing, "This is our Colts. This is our team." So I mean, I figured I might as well jump on it and get started. So, but nah, it's all good.
I need to see this so bad.
That would have been an electric team draft video, to be honest. That would have been the great to select the Colts to do that. Oh my god, we were robbed.
That would have been a good one
of the video. But all right, let's get into it. We'll go division by division. We might not talk about every roster, but we'll kind of hit on most of the 32 teams. It's nice to only have 32 teams instead of 134 to go over. So this should be nice. Let's go AFC North to kickstart it off. Let me pull up my Discord so I can see all the users again because I am so confused on who's who all of a sudden. So AFC North, we got Ebanks as Baltimore, obviously. We got Matt coming in as the Cincinnati Bengals, Quacks taking over the lovely Cleveland Browns, and then Busy over there in Pittsburgh. So right off the bat, going off roster, going off user, it's going to be a tough division. If Busy keeps up his success, Quacks is always tough. And then you can throw Ebanks in with Baltimore roster. And then Mac is kind of like the wild card. He's been here before for a little bit. Didn't get too much of a taste of what he's doing over there, but he does get Joe Burrow and a loaded Bengals offense. So, Braga, let's start with you. Who's kind of your favorite in that division right now?
I think this is an easy choice, at least for season one. And this is no bearing on Busy or Quacks or Mac, but Nick Banks and the Baltimore offense, they were a match made in heaven. The wheel was looking out for him that night. He's a guy built to run the ball, and the team is already built the exact way that he needs it. You got short, shifty slot receivers, a tight end that can move the chains for you, and then obviously you have Lamar and Derrick Henry to carry the workload. I think that the Ravens run away with season one pretty handily, and then that things will get kind of muddled as we move in.
Yeah, you get Lamar with whatever X factor he ends up with. Because
he chose run and gun.
Okay, because you can't have Trez. And then obviously Derrick Henry, the freight train. But I really think the big key player for him this year, I think it's going to be Keaton Mitchell, dude. I think 94 speed, 95 XL Keaton Mitchell, little scat back, 5'8", 185, 186. I think he's going to be a guy that Ebanks uses. He'll be in the gun most of the time. Henry is obviously a stud, But 87 XL, he can take a little bit to kind of get going. Where Keaton Mitchell, me and Glock did a trade for him last year, and he was my primary back, and he was a problem. When you get him going in the passing game, especially like Ebanks is going to throw the football around. It's going to be like you said, those quick little hitters to the slot guys, Zay Flowers and the boys. But I think we do see a lot of. It won't be that much Derrick Henry. I could see Derrick Henry getting traded or released at the end of the year. But for now, you got the boy Keaton Mitchell. Glock, you are a Ravens fan. Is there a weakness on this roster?
I mean, the receivers, I think the receivers are a little weak. I'd hate to say that. However, I mean, you don't really have anybody outside of Zay Flowers. I mean, you have D-Hop. I mean, you have Walker, but it's somebody you have to build up, and you're going to have to build that guy. The defense is so stout. The defense is going to win games no matter what.
Yeah.
There's a 90 overall starting just about every position on defense, bro. You got Kyle Hamilton, Roquan Smith. The corners are fucking lit. Wiggins, Jair, Hump. It's loaded over there on defense, fellas.
Yep, I'm about to disconnect my internet from my Xbox real quick, so I'm gonna have to reboot the Twitch stream. But I want to plug in the computer to the hardwire, not the Xbox. Sorry, boys. I also might lose the stream if I do this, but let's see what happens. I think the stream is
Be in a holding pattern until figure this out.
Let's see if it comes back. It says it's still on. It's ending in a second. We're back on the internet. Might have to click end and Can you guys still hear me? People in the chat, let me know if you can
Yep.
hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I might just have to reconnect the Xbox, which is okay. That's an easy fix. We'll take that. People in the chat, okay, VBD says we're good. So that was a quick fix. Look at me, IT over here. Didn't even need to call IT. Let me get back into this. I'm gonna have to reboot my stream. That's all I gotta do. Perfect. Minimal issues.
I think the one issue that you'll run into as a Baltimore fan this season in the XCFL is if you get a big injury to Lamar, where you no longer have, because your backup is Cooper Rush, right?
Yep.
At running back, you do have some serviceable backup. You've got Justice Hill. You can swap Keaton Mitchell and Derrick Henry in and out. I don't know if you've looked through Derrick Henry's abilities. Derrick Henry has the ability, backlash, where the more times you tackle him, the more tired your defense gets. Your entire defense.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Which means by the third and fourth quarter, when he's ready to sub in Keaton Mitchell, the pockets of the running room is going to be so fucking open for this dude. I expect them both to have 100 yards almost every game.
Yeah, does anyone have Ebanks not winning this division? Does anybody have Quacks or Mac or Busy winning this division?
Nick, I don't think the Steelers look that bad. And, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Busy played the college game pretty daggone good. And, man, his wide receivers, I know he's not got the Dolphins where he's got all that speed, but, man, Metcalf and that Austin, I mean,
yeah, you're spot on there, Rob. Like the Steelers defense is kind of their strong suit too, with the three corners they have, Ramsey, Slade Jr. and Porter, and then you power that up with that pass rush with Cam Hayward, and then the two edges, Highsmith and T.J. Watt, obviously. T.J. Watt, unstoppable force. I think Busy, Miami's never really had the defense. He's always had the offense. He's had to build the defense. It's almost he's got to kind of do it the opposite way. He's gonna have to find a quarterback. Probably gonna have to find a running back at some point. But yeah, the Steelers roster. If Busy keeps playing how he's been playing, there's no, and it's the same thing with Quacks, dude. Quacks, the QB situation in Cleveland is brutal, and we're yet to see how quarterback's going to play out. Where how many misses. Like I just played Brian, he had Justin Fields. Justin Fields sailed 6 or 7 balls, but Jackson Dart on my end didn't miss a single one. And Dart's worse than Fields. I don't know what we're going to see this year, which is kind of the fun part.
Skill gap.
If Quacks could play, you get Myles Garrett unless he trades him, which I think would be crazy to do right now, especially with the $69 million cap hit. But you got Denzel Ward, you got Greg Newsome, you got Mason Graham, you got some studs on that defense. And then, like we said, the Bengals, the offense is there. Obviously, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase Brown's a nasty running back in this game with I think he's 94 speed. Let's pull him up. 93 speed, 95 excel. So he's nothing to sleep on. And then obviously Burrow, probably all the best abilities. I haven't looked through his abilities, and he is stuck there for a while with the $111 million cap hit, which will be a common theme we see with a lot of teams. But I think this division could be very interesting. Again, it's a new game. Again, you really don't know. But if you go strictly off roster and what we know of the users, obviously the Ravens kind of jump off the page at you. So it would be considered a disappointment if Ebanks doesn't, run the table, win the division. So, any other comments on AFC North? Any other players you want to highlight in that division?
No, sir.
No, I think we're all good there. All right, we went AFC North. Let's jump over and let's cover the AFC South, which the AFC South is going to have Rob in it as the Colts, Jared as the Texans, Riot with his Jags, and then Chaos with the Titans. We'll start with, the user pick to win it all would be Jared. Obviously, Jared was very successful the last time we played Madden. He strung together like a couple Super Bowls in 3 or 4 years. And that was during the, when Jiggy was there and, some of the other, Jack was still there. So Jared was the one that was kind of winning when no one else did. So you pair him up with CJ Stroud. You obviously have, Mixon, who's a serviceable X Factor back. Nico Collins, Tank Dell, the duo receiver. Guac, who is your pick to win the division in this AFC South?
Dude, give me Rob.
Give me
7 days of
Rob.
Sunday.
There we go.
Give me Rob. Double down. Give me Rob. Don't trade Anthony Richardson. Start that motherfucker and go win a Super Bowl, Robert.
Jesus, fuck.
Let's focus on playoffs first for Rob. Playoffs is where Rob needs to have his focus. Not having a top 10 pick. How about that, Rob? But the Colts roster is pretty nasty.
Go win the division.
Jonathan Taylor, dude, is a monster in Madden. 94 speed.
He's
Rob,
going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, go ahead and talk about your roster. What do you like? What are you missing?
Question mark at quarterback, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do there. I've got some feelers out. Going to be relying heavily on Taylor. Wide receiver core is really not that bad, which is weird that I have any kind of wide receiver quality, but man, my wide receivers don't look bad at all.
Yeah, you got some speed out there. Looking at it now.
Yeah, pretty good depth. The defense doesn't look bad. I'm kind of weak at linebacker, but that's something I really have always focused on in past drafts. So that's something I can maybe shore up. But my secondary is not bad. Safety's not that good, but it's going to be a fun team to play with. I got all my draft capital and obviously looking to add more. So it'll be a good team to start out with.
Yeah, their Colts look pretty good top to bottom. Like I said, you kind of just got to pick your quarterback and figure it out, and it might not be trading any of them right away. Kind of seeing who's your guy, and then going from there. Riot in Jacksonville, he already made the move and converted Travis Hunter from receiver to corner. So Travis Hunter, maybe he didn't do it, but he asked for approval to do it. So Travis Hunter will go full-time corner with the ability to be gadget wide receiver and play wide receiver, running back, that whole thing. Which obviously Travis Hunter, 6'1", 93 speed, 94 excel at corner is pretty nasty. I think it's probably what the Jags should be doing in real life, letting him, it's easier to go find a receiver than to find a stud corner. And if you look at that cornerback room, they could use it. So Travis Hunter probably comes in as their CB1 right off the bat, and you pair him with Jarian Jones and Tyson Campbell. You probably bench Jordan Lewis's 30-year-old self. But it's been a minute since Riot's booted up any football game. So, and he wasn't some crazy stud to begin with. So we'll have to see. I think another user in this division, obviously we haven't talked about yet, Chaos has been playing really well in college football, and in past Maddens, he's gone to a Super Bowl. He's made some noise. He did lose by 40, but he got there. Brackett knows all about getting there and losing too. But the
Just sitting here quietly. What the fuck?
what you talk about? What do you think Chaos has a chance to win the division as the Titans roster sits currently?
I think that roster needs a lot of help. I think that Chaos is probably one of the better users to have to sit and deal with that because all he does is throw short anyway. So he's got Cam Ward with some pretty accurate short balls. You don't need Will Levis on that team.
No.
You've got Tony Pollard that you can run with right away. I wouldn't, even though he's older, I wouldn't worry about deving one of the younger kids. You can draft somebody that's
He drafted
good.
this guy in the free agency draft, Israel Abanikanda, I think. 92 speed, 90,
92 speed kid.
yeah,
Yep. He's just not on
22.
his depth chart yet.
Yeah, so my guess is, I mean, it's not worth deving Tony Pollard. So he probably turns there, which will be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how running the ball is. Right now, defense is pretty tough to play in this game. So, I could see a lot of guys, putting up big numbers that first season. It is a rough roster though. Look, outside of Simmons at D tackle, there's not much to get
Hmm.
excited about on the Titans defense. You get L'Jarius Sneed, but he's already 28 years old. He's a pretty decent speed corner. But outside of that, it's pretty bleak over there for the old boys in Nashville. So I think chaos. At the end of the day, it comes down to head head when you're competing in your division, beating your division mates. But you still got to go out there and beat who's on your schedule, which is the fun part. Where in college, you can lose all your out of conference games, but if you handle business in conference, you win the conference. And here, you still got to beat the other teams you play. But at the end of the day, the conference, the division's the tiebreaker. So
Yep.
interesting to see what he does there. So Glock goes with Rob. Who are you taking, Bracket?
Our Texans user is.
Texans user is Jared.
It's going to
Jags.
be Jared, I think. Jared has the easiest starting point, I think, is the way that I'm going to word that. Depending on how much time he is putting into the game.
Yeah,
that
because he
is.
was trash at college football. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I expected
Yes.
him to thrive in college football. It was more spread out, the speed, the passing, and Jared was trash. So it'll be interesting to see what Jared we do get. Which that exactly what you said though. He's got I think a kid about to be born. He might have two kids now. So I think
He's got one and one on the way. Yep.
yeah, it just depends on how much time he has. Um, I don't think Riot's there, Jacksonville. I do think maybe it's Chaos. I'm gonna go Chaos to win the division with the Tennessee Titans. It's gonna be ugly. It'll probably be like 9-8. Whoever wins this division, to be honest, unless we
Dang,
get
Rob, are you gonna take that from him?
Hey,
Rob
9-8. That means I got a
9-8.
chance.
Yeah, Rob would be thrilled at 9-8. But yeah, and then I guess my prediction: the AFC North. I'm gonna go Busy in the Pittsburgh Steelers in the AFC North. I think Busy's going to find some playbook with some weird motions and some weird concepts, and he's going to use that, and it's going to go well for him. He's going to have to throw the football though. That team is more so built to throw the ball than to run the ball. So we'll see what Busy does. So I got Busy.
I guess it depends on how much stock you take into his Eeyore-ness.
Yeah, Busy could quit tomorrow. Who
I
knows?
think sometimes. Well, no, I think sometimes the harder that he is on himself, and the more bleak his outlook is, the better his team is.
Here's my
He
thought,
did
though.
just say he was going to lose all 17 games this year.
He did just trade his first round pick. So my thought is Busy is going to be trying all season long because he does not have his
Love
first.
that.
And because I have his first, I think he will do very well. So I will probably be picking 27 or higher. So, all right, let's go
Thank you,
AFC
Busy.
East. AFC East is going to be. This is one of the tougher divisions. You get Dave as the Buffalo Bills. VBD gets the Dolphins. Will Heath, the new user, kind of a big question mark. We don't know what to expect. He's taking over New England. And obviously Brian with the Jets. So you have VBD who's got 2 Super Bowls. Brian has 2 Super Bowls as well. And then Dave, who has gone to a Super Bowl and lost in Madden 17 a long time ago. So Dave gets a nice little welcome back with a tough division. He does get the Bills roster, though. So my question to you guys would be, how far does the Bills roster take Dave? or do we see VVD, Brian, or Will come and steal this division? Who has to go first?
I'll go.
All right.
So I remember Dave from a long time ago as the guy who had the nasty set of Atlanta Falcons receivers.
Yep.
I don't remember his gameplay. I remember the receivers themselves and the highlights that they used to make, and that one of them had 1,700 yards almost every year. But I don't remember his ability, and I think that he's been out of the game for quite some time.
Yes, he has.
VBD has been playing Apex since the very moment he got out of work until he went to bed at night. He's been playing the video game called Apex and not any sports game for the last 6 months. Will Heath, Rob's buddy, I think that if Rob's buddy in New England Patriots gets his internet situated, because he's got, he said himself, he's got some struggles with connectivity.
Oh boy.
And he's going to try to set it up with the cable here.
VVD just
soon.
got really mad. I guarantee it when you said that.
I hope so. VBD, I hope he did get mad. Will Heath just gave me a hell of a game, and he played very well, and we ended up tying because it was preseason. But I see him doing very well with that Patriots roster.
Drake May looks pretty good in this game.
Mm-hmm.
So here, VBD, we all know the offense in the past, angle routes and drag routes, play action crossers. The Miami Dolphins, if there's a team to run drags and crossers and angle routes, this team is built for that. With all of that speed, A-Chain at running back to run angle routes. You have Tyreek flying across the field from one direction. You get Waddle from the other direction. I think VBD can be pretty dangerous. It all depends. VBD told you to suck my balls, turd. So I think he could be. He's my favorite to win this division. With that being said, I do think we see probably him, and I think we see Brian come out of this and make the playoffs. I just think Brian will play really well with Justin Fields. 92 speed, 96 excel. He just ran all over the place with Brees Hall. Braylon Allen's a beast and a little power back. I think once Brian figures out the game, his roster's not as good as the Dolphins and the Bills, but I think he'll be right there because he's a good user, knows football. And as he builds that team up, I think it gets pretty dangerous with Fields at the helm. Dave's best known for Jacoby Askew, the wide receiver he had in Jacksonville in Madden 17.
Yep.
Hall of
I
Famer.
remember.
It was before Rob forced us to have a 32% rule.
God damn it, Robert.
So Jacoby Askew was on the cover of all our magazines. Dave ended up sneaking into the playoffs. This was back when there was only 16 games. Snuck in the playoffs at 9-7 and won his division and went on like a crazy run. I think he got a force win snuck in there in the playoffs and ended up going to the Super Bowl with a 9-7 Jacksonville team, and he lost. But he's been there. So I think, Dave might take a little adjustment to get back into it and playing by our rule set. And, we'll see how that goes. Will's a wild card. I'm going with VVD as my division winner. Rob, who do you got? Brian or Brackett, you said, who are you going with? Will
Heath, yes, sir.
Oh, Rob, who you got?
Well, VBD has absolutely owned me. My all-time record against him is just terrible. I mean, it's bad, but
don't you be scared of him.
He is really good. I thought Dave was pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember playing Dave, and Dave was pretty good player. I'm gonna veer a little bit here, and I'm gonna pick Brian just because he got into that college game, picked it up pretty quick, got his program turned around pretty quick. We know what he was like in Madden. Man, if he's got a good defense, which he's got a good defense with the Jets,
Yep.
if he can give any kind of rushing offense going, Brian can win some games. That's going to be whoever wins that division. It's going to be a slugfest, regardless. Because
X's and O's play a bigger role in Madden with the multitude of formations you see. Like we've talked about, you get the tight end back and play more. There's a fullback under center a lot. Like it's not as spread out where you're seeing 4 and 5 wide receiver sets all the time. some people will play that way, but like you need to have, you got to have an idea, match personnel. So I think that's where Brian's big advantage is. But Glock, who do you got winning this one?
I think definitely. I think it's definitely going to be VBD at first. However, I think again the matchup to watch here is definitely going to be VBD Brian twice a year, and that's going to be fantastic.
Yep, absolutely. All right, let's
Angry
go.
whispers versus the all-out yelling.
Yeah,
Oh, dude, it's going to be fantastic.
there might be a few fights over there. Will and Dave, you're along for the ride. That will be the Brian VBD rivalry. Hopefully, what do you guys sneak some division wins in though? That'll be fun. All right, let's go AFC West. We'll finish it up in the AFC. Doughboy is the Broncos. You get Kells as the Chiefs, JD Higgs as the Chargers, and then Higgy comes in as the Raiders. So that'll be fun with a little Higgins rivalry there. Kells probably with the best team in the division as the Chiefs. You come in with Patrick Mahomes. And Kells been playing, outside of getting fired in college football, he's been playing pretty decent. And then Doughboy, we haven't seen Doughboy in a minute, but he's probably played the most Madden out of all of us. I think he's been in a couple other leagues, so he's been playing Madden, which huge advantage because it is different. And I'm wondering how the struggle for all of us is going to be bouncing back between the two games, playing game of college football and then jumping on and play a game of Madden. Because the speed is way different. Madden, it looks like slow motion sometimes. I like it better, the speed and the player movement. But I think it's going to be interesting timing your cuts, timing your jukes, your spins. So who do we got? Let's go. We'll start with you. Who do you got as the favorite coming in out of the AFC West?
Give me Kells, man. Like you
Kells?
said, I think he's got something to prove. He's got the best roster in the division. I like the way that he plays college football, and if the success carries over, I think Kells could be dangerous, especially season 1.
Dude, the Chiefs roster. If we would have started next week after the Chiefs looked horrible tonight and start, we'll probably start 1-2. But if they would have, like, Mahomes looks horrible. Pacheco can't run the football. I don't know how he's a 93 speed, 95 excel running back in this game. But you do look at the Chiefs receiver, Xavier Worthy at 99 speed. He's kind of that new Tyreek Hill, 22 years old, 99 speed, 82 overall on that rookie contract. Somebody you can use for 4 years and then move for whatever you want if you want to. And then obviously Hollywood Brown, and then Chris Jones, an absolute monster at D tackle with momentum shift as his X factor. The Chiefs roster is ready to go, so it's definitely Kell's division to lose. Rob, who do you got winning this division?
Man, and until he proves me otherwise, I'm going to go with Higgy.
Oh boy,
he's won some Super Bowls here in the past. He's definitely capable of getting the game, and he's all in. I mean, he's been talking about it down there at work like crazy. So
yep.
he's definitely on board. So that means he's going to do all the little things and the extra work to make sure that he can be playoff caliber. So he's going to be tough out.
When you look at Super Bowls won versus seasons in the league, outside of like Jiggy and Kylo, who Jiggy won like 8 of his 9-10 seasons here. And then like you look at Kylo, who won one of his 2 seasons or something. Higgy putting up 2 Super Bowls in 2 different cycles, and then not really being here. 2 is, that's as many as Brian has. It's as many as Regan won. It's 2 is hard to get to. VBD, he's been here forever. He only has 2. Brackett's been here forever. He has 0.
Shut your mouth.
It's just
I have 3.
That Raiders roster though is nice. Max Crosby. He definitely got some work to do building it. I don't know how competitive he's going to be season 1 with Geno Smith. And Higgy's always been a little gunslinger. So now you have Ashton Genty. What do you do there? I like the safeties, as you just saw. Jeremy Chin, 6'3", 220, and then Lonnie Johnson, 6'2", 213, both 92 speed and 91 speed. So that's a fun secondary right out of the gate there, because you pop one down in the box and see what happens. We don't know much about, like I said, we don't know much about Doughboy. The Broncos roster is improving, but it's not really a good Madden roster. Bo Nix is nice. You get Pat Surtain. Receiver wise, not too great. It's going to be interesting there. You gotta build there, and I'm sure they probably paid real life people who aren't Madden freaks. So already you're kind of behind the eight ball there. But again, it comes down to the skill on the sticks, dude. Who's going to beat who? And then same thing. We know nothing about JD Higgs, literally nothing. So other than that, he's related to Higgy. But he gets
I've just learned that now.
he gets you couldn't figure that out. Higgy and
He,
JD Higgs.
It was Higgy's burner, bro.
Nick. I have played Jake
yeah,
before. He's a decent player. I mean, now as the game's gone on, Higgy's separated from him a little bit because he puts in a lot more time. But Jake's not bad. He could get, if he applied himself, he could get pretty good and be real competitive.
You kind of get forced to apply. Wow, look at this fullback here, Scott Matlock. Ooh, 6'4", 296. Holy cow. That boy is a red ball of freaking something. Oh my. Yeah, I think the XCFL forces you. It's adapt and get involved and put some time in, or enjoy those top 5 picks every year. So it'll be interesting because I think we'll see a little competitive rivalry between the two Higgins boys, and then Doughboy. Yeah, I'm curious to see what Doughboy comes out and what he does. But right now, I think just based off roster and what we know, I'm going Kels. Bracket. Who are you taking on this division?
Let's go with Higgy.
All right, 2 Higgies and 2 Kels. And then the other 2 got to prove us. Not that we're experts because we all probably suck at Madden too. So, all right, let's go NFC North. This is another one. Player wise, Bracket, Nairi, Pride, John Baugh. 4 users who are always competing for the college football playoff in college football. Pride's been made deep playoff runs. Bracket's made deep playoff runs. Nairi hasn't quite in Madden, but he's been playing well in college football. But again, this is a different ball game. You gotta show up every week and play users. There's no free 9 wins from from playing computer teams. So, Guac, let's start with you here. Who's your pick to win the NFC North?
Ooh, yuck. NFC North is disgusting right now. I think it's Pride. I think Pride has the most ready to win roster. But I look forward to Bracket and Pride having great matchups throughout the cycle, though, for sure. Once Bracket's roster gets up to spec,
They can't get rid of each other over there.
I know.
Same division. Higgy said Bracket and Rob are his new best friends for picking him. So you guys made new best friends. Yeah, dude, Jahmyr Gibbs 95 speed at 22 years old. Jamison Williams 98 speed at 24 years old. You get St. Brown, who's only 25 with the X factor, and they finally bumped his speed up to 90 because I don't care what anyone says. I'm on St. Brown in real life is a problem. Will it translate to Madden? He's going to be an elite route runner. His catching is 99. I'm curious to see what Pride does with him, and then obviously I think Sam Laporta is poised for a massive year in Pride's offense. It'll be interesting to see Pride get back to the NFL play calling, though. He went to college football where he had to spread it out, throw the football a little bit. But his Heisman running back is up there, so Lions roster pretty loaded. Bracket, are you taking yourself to win this division? No. No. Yeah, you better pick a playbook with a lot of 3-4 and 4-3.
I have a therapist on speed dial because I've got to play Pride twice a month.
Yep.
And maybe even 3 times
Yeah.
is the way that I'm looking at it. And I already
you
want to jump.
Could play him in the regular season in college football, then the conference championship.
Stop it.
And then
Stop
twice in Madden. So there could be a lot.
I could end up playing him 5 or 6 times in this month. Yeah.
Will Heath said
he might pick up a drug habit.
Will Heath said he's glad to even be
It won't
mentioned
be
by
weed.
Bracket. So just hardcore drugs. So you're going with Pride as your division winner then? What about Chuckles?
Optimistically, I think I have a shot, but I believe it's going to be Pride.
Rob,
I'm going to give it my all.
Yeah. I think
he's going to get my best shot, but I don't know that I've got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll come down to the Madden gods. Who gets the
I'm going to take pride out of the gates, but I think Brackett, if he builds his team right, I think he'll be very competitive very soon. But then John's going to build his team, and he's going to be competitive too. So it'll
How
be
dare
interesting.
you?
John's a little dog.
I've played him a bunch of times. The first 2 he won, the last 3 I've won. Yeah.
John and Rob? So John, we've got Caleb Williams, who they made way too good in this game. 89 speed is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that Bears roster, you got the duo at receiver Luther Burden and Odunze, and obviously DJ Moore at the back end of his career at 28. The tight end room there is nasty with Cole Kmet and Colson Loveland. Colson Loveland's gonna be a freak in this game. I think you can use him, you can trade him and stick with Kmet, you can figure that out. But Loveland is gonna be highly coveted at 6'6", 86 speed, 90 XL. Bears roster though, yeah, definitely a step behind the other ones in this division. What do we think about Nairi? The Packers? Anybody? Anybody think old Chuckles is going to make a move? Oh, dang. So that was going to be my question. If you guys were taking a team, would you rather start with Michael Parsons and no first round pick the first 2 years, or would you rather have your first round picks
I still want Parsons.
and no first round picks?
Yep,
I
you
want,
can have
I
him.
want, give me the draft cap.
I'm the same
I'll need
way.
it.
I'd rather have draft capital. I would have asked to undo that trade right away. Which obviously Parsons is a monster, 90 speed, 95 excel. You can't be mad about having him. But and then they paid him what they paid him, so you're married to him for a long time, which is not a bad thing, but just a pick. So you can't trade him again because it's a $72 million cap penalty. But yeah, I mean the good thing is your team is ready to win right now. So like your focus is almost just on screw the draft picks, go get yourself a Super Bowl. Will Nairi be able to put his college football stuff to work here and go win some games in a really tough division? Because I mean, even the Bears are gonna be no slouch, dude. John Baugh is gonna have the Bears ready to go, so I'm excited to see what happens because I think this is gonna be our most competitive division. With
It'll be
some,
tough.
all right, let's go ahead and so who's everyone's winners there? Pride, Pride, Pride. I went Pride as well, so we're going. So there's 4 Prides across the board on that one.
I hope that we are all wrong,
Sounds like
just
it's
so that we're clear.
sounds like it's Pride Month in the NFC North. All right, let's go NFC
It's all
South.
gay. It's
This
all very
The
gay.
NFC South, dude. It's the Three Stooges and Vontae. You get JMO, Manel, and Chad, and then poor Vontae stuck with all those bums. Um, Vontae he played the Madden 25 season with us, so he's been here for a season. Then but we don't know much about him. He was the Giants, and I don't know, that I was so checked out that season that I really don't even know, how he did. Um, the best roster in this division is probably JMO. Well, Vontae probably has the best roster, but JMO's roster might not be rated as high, but that Falcons roster with Pitts and Bijan, you got some freaks over there. Bijan, 23 years old, 96 overall X Factor. And then obviously Pitts comes in, not X. He's a star dev because he just sucks in real life. But 90 speed, 93 excel at tight end is a problem. So Rob, let's start with you
He
on
will
this
be a
one.
superstar.
Yeah, very very quickly. Rob, who are you going with? I'm not even mentioning Chad, but who is your pick to win the NFC South?
Well, now that you told me who that Tampa Bay owner is,
Yeah,
I
Vontae.
played against him in 25 because he was the Cowboys and I was the Eagles, so I was in his division.
I think it was the Giants.
Um,
The Giants. But
It
yeah.
was the
or he was the
Giants.
Giant. Yeah, that's right. He was the Giants. So I did play against him a couple times. He's an okay player. Easy to schedule. That's a definite
That's a
plus.
huge plus.
Uh, JMO, he is, not he's got a good team, decent. I mean, man, I know Brap has a terrible team, and he's been playing really
Yeah.
good. If anybody could do it with that team, and I looked at that roster, and it is terrible.
Yeah, Carolina's
But all he
tough.
needs is a fast QB and a good running back.
But if you
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'm gonna say Brap, but I mean, I just based off of him, I'm gonna go with him. But
Yeah, if I know we all hate to say it, but if you outside of like Drew, if you look between the last Madden and college football, Brap, between all his college football, he won three in college football 25. He won one in college football 20. He did not win in 26 yet. Did he? Who won? No, Drew Brap. Did Brap win in this last one?
I think he won our
uh,
final Super Bowl, unfortunately.
He won the final Super Bowl, then he won two with Tennessee, and then he won one with Temple. But did Brap just win this last college? Who won the last college football championship? Was it Brap?
Yeah, Florida.
Yeah, so it went Brap. Yeah, so Drew Brap.
Thanks,
So
bro.
was it? Oh yeah, it was you. He beat you with Temple
Yep.
too. Oh no! Oh no! So, so Brackett
I
is
need to
now
step away from this call. I have to go call myself health expert.
Brackett's the new
Vincent's
Jack.
busy.
Brackett's the new Jack. He gets the Super Bowl and then gives them out to people. But yeah, so I think if we go off a user skill, it's Brap to win this division. But I'm gonna go JMO. I do think it's very easy to get cooked as a user defender in this game, which is not good for JMO because it's already tough for JMO out there anyways. But if you make a wrong move with the DB, dude, and you guess corner, it's a dig, or you guys drag and it's an out, you are so far
You're
away
out.
from the guy, dude. You might as well just
You might as well have
move.
left the stadium.
Yeah. Um, so I'm gonna go JMO just because I think Bijan and Pitts, like, that offense is gonna be fun. The lefty QB though, like, that's an adjustment. But I think JMO, he's goofy enough where it'll work, and you can expect every single Falcon to have those stupid condom helmets on where they have the extra padding because JMO's gonna put them on everybody.
He's
So
already
it'll
said that.
be
That's
it'll be
happening.
horrible to play against. If he does it to Bijan, I'm quitting. We'll go back to just college football, but the Bucks, dude, the Bucks roster, Baker, Mike Evans, and Buku, whatever freaking name is. Chris Godwin's there. Bucky Irvin, they did him dirty with his speed. But then the defense, Vita Vea, dude, freaking 6'4", 347. That is a man in the middle there, run stuffer. Like, again, we haven't played with abilities in so long. Some of these abilities could really be game wrecking, and I like that you have to focus on players. Like, if you know your guy has a fear monger or this, you might have to shift a running back to get extra block. So I think you get Vita Vea and Kalijah Cansey, you got a nasty 1-2 punch at D tackle. The problem is after that, there's not much going on. Decent pair of corners, but Antoine Winfield is nasty too for the Bucks. So if Vontae, adjusts back to the XFL stuff, he could be in the mix here. Um, so Rob goes Brap. I'm going JMO. Guac, who did you say you're picking in this one?
JMO for Titty Boy. I love it.
And then Bracket, who are you going with?
Give me Vontae.
We have not. Oh, you're not going Chad?
Yes, sir. No.
No.
Who? Does Chad even know he's playing yet?
Chad technically has not.
That's not even in the league.
He's not in the league yet. He's on a bachelor party. He does not even know. I expect a message Tuesday morning of like, "Wow, Nick got the fucking G-man. This is bullshit." He doesn't even know yet. So, and then he's gonna see me trade him all away. I was gonna draft Odell in the free agency draft just to make Chad really upset that I had the Giants and Odell, but I wanted a player I'd actually use. But yeah, that Saints roster is tough. So we'll see what Chad's able to do, how long he sticks around. All right, so we got JMO, Brap, and then Bracket goes Vontae. Bracket's picked two brand new users. Well, Vontae kind of brand new, and he's picked Will Heath to win the division. So that'll be very interesting. All right, let's go NFC South, NFC East. Zeth comes in as the Cowboys. I come in as the Giants. Drew obviously gets lucky again and gets the Eagles. And then Fat Jazz Yoshi. Fat Jazz or Yoshi gets the Washington
Yoshi.
Commanders.
He is asked to be
Big
called
Yosh.
Yoshi.
We can go with that. That works. It really simplifies things. Guac, let's start with
Told him I
you.
wasn't calling him that on stream.
Is anybody not taking Drew in this one?
No, unfortunately not.
Very unfortunate.
Sorry, Nick, I'm taking Drew.
Hey, I'm taking Drew as well. So I think Commanders winning
To win
that
the division?
for sure. Yeah, to win the division.
Give me Nick.
Whoa, Bracket's just going
Give
against
me
the
Nick.
grain.
No, sir.
I just look at that Eagles roster.
You only have to play Drew twice.
Yeah, but I got to play other teams, and I have Jackson Fart. That Eagles roster. Yeah, but that was the Jets. I need to get some more games under my belt because I haven't played that much. But I mean, Eagles look at they got extra picks already, dude. They're like the Eagles roster ready to go. Jalen Hurts 89. The only problem is if you don't like Hurts, 86 throw power. He's got the speed, but you are married to Hurts. $118 million cap penalty, so Hurts isn't going anywhere. And then obviously Saquon Barkley. I do think Drew is going to have to get young quick, and I do think he's going to have to either make some trades for people because he's not going to be able to re-sign everybody because you don't. In real life, the Eagles are manipulating the cap and the fake years and cutting whatever. Matty don't have that ability, so he's gonna he's compared to two receivers with big contracts. He's gonna have to move somebody. They just paid Jordan Mailata, 32 mil cap hit, 18 mil cap hit for Dickerson, who's the highest paid guard in the league. The center, Cam Jurgens, $19 million cap hit. You got a rookie there. And then obviously Lane Johnson, $25 million cap hit. So all these offensive linemen, if O-line matters, my team will not touch Jalen Hurts because the Eagles will stop him. But then you look at the edges. This is where it gets horrible. Nolan Smith, 90 speed, 92 excel. Aziz Olujuware, 85, 90 excel. You go to the other side, they just signed Zadarius Smith. They have Josh Uche, who is always kind of a nice little Madden piece with New England. Then D tackle, it gets even stupider because you have two guys that are 300 pounds and 82 speed with almost 90 excel with Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. Did anyone see Jordan Davis scoop up the blocked field goal today? He blocked the field goal, scooped it up, and then sprinted 50 yards at 336 pounds and was one of the fastest guys on the field. The man is a problem, and they're both on the trade block. Obviously, Jalen Carter.
They're not. They are, but they're not.
Yeah, well, Drew. You know how Drew is with the trades. Either he rapes you or there's no talking. So, but I think if we all hold out, Drew's going to have to let a lot of people go, and we'll all get our chance of them in free agency anyway. So let that be a
Stay
little
strong, Robert.
let that be a little nod to the league. Look at this. This random 63 overall linebacker is 90 speed, 91 excel. Eugene. I think that's the guy he just took the free agency.
It is, yeah.
But then Zach Braun, 87, 89 for Jahad Campbell. The two stud corners. So the thing is, if these corners are going to be the ones he has to sign, and they're going to both be 90 overall at the time. If he doesn't have the cap to sign him, and then Adoree Jackson, oh my God, dude. Kaylee Ringo, monster too. Madden Freak, 94 speed at 6'2".
Rookie safety, Makuba.
Yep. It's gonna be interesting. He's gonna have to do a lot of cap manipulation there, and see what he can do. But we'll see what happens there. Drew's definitely the favorite here. You get me with the Giants. I think I'll compete. I'm hoping to snag a playoff spot. I gotta overplay my roster. But hopefully I get used to the game and I'm good to go. Yoshi, we don't know much about. He's over there rolling with Mississippi State in college football.
I know that he put 60 on NWS with Mississippi State
He did.
against Texas.
Yeah,
so.
Texas is 99 overall. He's had some good games, but he also Mississippi State had that god awful schedule when he joined, where he played Alabama and then all users and just got beat by quacks. Like but it'll be interesting because Jaden Daniels, 90 speed X factor at 24 with 92 throw power. Jaden Daniels is a monster, and like I said on the draft show, that's someone you can use for the 3 seasons, and then if you want, you ship him away at 95, 90, 97 overall, and come away with. The only problem is, I don't know if anyone will be able to afford to sign him with the way the cap goes up in this game. So. But Jaden Daniels is a monster. Nice receivers with McLaurin getting that 96 speed like we talked about. Debo is going to be a fun piece. that roster is ready to go. Going to be very interesting what he does because that's going to be tough. I think roster wise, that's probably the second best roster. And then me and Zach were talking that Cowboys roster is not something to sleep on either. You got Deron Bland and Trayvon Diggs at corner with the old.
Take the Jack approach. Yeah. Yep. Or when you need a big third down or whatever.
Yep.
Comes in with the Rams, Guac in Seattle, and then I bless him as the 49ers. We don't know much about Blessum. He is Kansas State in the other league. I think he's doing okay. I don't know, what I don't. He didn't end up playing Nairi. I think Van beat him pretty bad. I didn't play him this year, but that 49ers roster is still pretty good. You get McCaffrey. We'll see what happens. You need a QB but the problem is Purdy is signed, so that's tough. Let's start with Guac because it's his division. Guac, you win in this division?
No.
No.
Unfortunately, I know myself better than all you bitches. I suck at this game so bad. Dude, and you know what's crazy is I was kind of hoping that I got the Ravens, but at the same time, while doing most of my practice with the Ravens and me still getting no success, it was so heartbreaking. So, just being realistic here, there's probably a close to zero chance I'm winning this fucking division.
So
But
who does then?
I
Is
think
it?
you're gonna have to give it to I bless him, bro.
Oh.
Not bracket. Where you say no? Who are you going?
Tide Pod is the Rams.
Yeah, Rams are nice little
Yeah.
roster. Tide Pod.
Yeah, but if I give you my time,
Well, he's another one. He's won a national championship. He went to another national championship. He's pretty much done well ever he's gone in college football. He did make the playoffs the last couple seasons of Madden. But yeah, you need to get a quarterback in there quickly because Stafford's 37, Garoppolo's the backup, Stetson Bennett's 87 throw power.
We're talking about season 1, bro.
Yeah, Kyron Williams though 86 speed. That is dirty.
Oh.
That is dirty.
Oh.
But you do get Devontae superstar, Puka superstar, Tutu Atwell at receiver, the little gadget scat back, 93 speed, 94 XL. The Rams roster is not bad. Like we talked about on the draft show, Jared Verse at 24 superstar dev, 89 speed, potentially one of the better defensive players to have, and you haven't had to pay him yet. So again, another opportunity to make a move and trade him before you have to pay him. And then the crazy, freaky 92 speed edge on the other side, Byron Young, and then the boy in the middle, Brandon Fisk. So this roster is good. I will probably go Tide Pod as well.
Arizona?
Sparty.
I'm going to stand with my original assessment.
Yeah, the thing I think will hurt, like we talked about, is Kyler is so short. He's taller than me, but he's so short.
I can tell you it's a real pain in the ass with McCarthy.
But the roster is not quite there. So I'm still definitely going with Tide Pod to win this division. But Guac, if you don't throw picks, dude, you got a shot.
Just manage the ball. You got this. You have
Nah,
the
I'm just
best
being
roster.
realistic, you know.
No, I'm being realistic too. Quit being a little bitch.
Hey,
I am beating Guac right now. If you think I can't win the division, is what Tide Pod just said. Oh yeah,
It's
and
college. It's a different game, bro.
he also said I have multiple first round picks, which he does. He has Atlanta's. So if
your name's fucking Tide Pod. Your name is Tide Pod. That's all I need to know. I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
Zeth said they randomly can't hear me, my AirPod might be dying. We'll have to see.
It does cut out every once in a while.
That's not great. I think I move around too much. All right, so we're going Tide Pod there. Okay, let's go way too early.
Hey, I didn't get to make my pick, Nick, but I'm
who you got?
gonna return the favor to Guac because man, I looking at the schedule, man, the Rams schedule is pretty tough. The first season, so I'm saying Guac.
Yeah, we didn't even go to the Seahawks
Why?
roster, but Tariq Woolen and the boys, dude, that Witherspoon, two of the best young corners in the league. If Guac can man the pass rush in the middle with Leonard Williams, it's going to be interesting.
Oh, it's not. There are so many good D line pieces over there, bro. 2 edge rushers, 90 plus speed.
Yeah.
Guac found out an hour ago that he has a 90 speed edge rusher.
Yeah, boy.
I
and
did.
An 83 speed D tackle that he got out of the free agency pool. Guac's going to be a problem.
Higgy said you got to go Guac. So Guac's getting some pressure
Thank you,
on him.
Higgy.
All right, well, you do have Sam Darnold. Are you going Milrow?
I think we're going to start with Sam, and when he pisses me off, we're putting in Milrow.
So the second drive of season 1. Perfect.
Yep.
Oh, dude, you know it.
Milrow's definitely the QB1. You just have to give him a couple snaps.
It will be fun. You can use Milrow on running plays though. You can kind of get creative and piece together that. So that'll be interesting. So let's go way too early Super Bowl prediction. Who's your matchup? We'll start with bracket. Tell me who is Drew playing and who's he beating in the Super Bowl.
It's going to be Brackett versus Drew, and Brackett's going to lose on a punt return touchdown this time.
Well, that's not possible.
Oh, shit.
That's not
2 ways
possible.
to lose. That's crazy.
That's not possible because you're both in the NFC. But
Shh.
that was your NFC Championship prediction.
Yeah.
Who's coming out of the AFC?
Nick Banks.
Ebanks versus Drew. You're going with?
Yes, sir.
All right, you don't have to pick a winner yet. We'll hold off on that. Rob, who are you going with to the Super Bowl?
Well, I think you're going to see the Eagles in there, and I'm telling you right now, be ready for the Raiders Eagles.
Raiders. If Higgy
When was the last time Higgy touched this game, Robert?
I'm telling you, he's all in. He's all in, Brackett. I'm not kidding.
I'm not saying he's not. I picked him to win the division. I'm asking.
As you have children, your odds to win the Super Bowl goes down significantly. It's proven. And Higgy has way too many kids. Higgy's definitely Catholic, that's for sure. So Rob's going Higgy, and who's your other pick? Drew.
Drew.
All right, Guac. What about you?
Dude, give me Drew. Give me Drew Chiefs.
Ooh, you're going
Kells?
Kells. Yeah, give me Kells, bro.
All right, I'm not going Drew. I'm going Pride versus VBD in the Super Bowl. Dolphins.
Ooh, that'd be a good one.
Dolphins Lions season 1. I think both rosters fit the user really well. Drew has been known to choke a lot, not as much as Brackett, but to choke a lot in the playoffs.
Damn.
It's just one of those things. Quack just beat him.
You
with
just cost me $27.
Some horrible teams. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens. But I'm going to go VBD, and I think Drew's going to be so mad about all the drag routes and angle routes. He'll be in your guys' text message thread just bitching up a storm.
He's already started texting me about it.
Yeah, I'm going VBD versus Pride in season 1 Super Bowl, and I'm not sure who the winner is yet, but that's where we're going there. So real quick, who do you think we'll say outside of like Pride because that's an obvious, but who fits their roster the best? Like who do you look at the user in the roster and you're like, man, this could be a problem. Who's that one for you? Whoever wants to go
I'm
first.
I'm stealing Bracket's answer with Ebanks, dude.
Yeah,
Dude, seeing Ebanks with the Ravens roster, shit could get wicked real quick in the AFC.
interesting.
He might have 3,000 rushing yards
Yeah, that's the thing with X Factors, dude.
legally.
Yeah, maybe somewhat legally. It'll be
1,000 yards
illegal.
each is not illegal.
It'll be illegal what Derrick Henry does to defensive backs.
Yeah.
So Rob, what about you? Who's your roster that fits the user that fits their roster the best that you think it's a match made in heaven?
Well, I'm going to say this and sound biased, but to be honest with you, the Colts actually fit me pretty good. I
Oh,
mean, with the Taylor, I mean, I really think that every piece that they have could fit pretty well to how I play.
all right. Rob's going with himself, calling his shot. Super Bowl champ. Um,
There you go.
Ragged, what
Heard it here first.
are you going to Ebanks as well, or do you have another pick?
It's Ebanks for me. It's
Yeah,
everything that he has is exactly what he would have built the team if you started from a blank board, right? And you got to hand pick not players by name, but if you got to hand pick the role that those players fit into, it would be that exact roster on his team.
Yeah, I will say it again. I say it every year of Madden, but the whoever wins season 1 Super Bowl, it's not impressive because you didn't do anything. So we'll see what happens.
What happens when Drew wins 4 straight?
Well, that's
Drew doesn't.
impressive.
Drew just texted me like 25 minutes ago. He's never played with Saquon yet.
Saquon's probably
He doesn't know how good Saquon is.
He's probably pretty good because he probably has every ability known to man.
Everything.
Whatever
Yeah.
the backwards hurdle ability is.
Backwards turtle.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think for me it's probably VBD. Like I said, just the way that roster fits his style of play. I think Brian gets creative with Justin Fields, which is a nice little matchup. But I think the roster's not there yet. I think right out of the box, outside of Pride, what VBD wants to do and what he has, A-Chain's a monster. One of the fastest running backs in the league. I think that fits his play style pretty well. So I think we see VBD make some noise. Could snag that third Super Bowl early on. So yeah, curious to see how it goes. But that's the season 1 predictions there, fellas. So if you love them, great. If you don't like them, you feel you're disrespected, go prove us wrong. We kick off tomorrow night, which is exciting. I think
Is it draft day yet?
it's around the corner. We'll see how fast we get through it. More weeks of the season, but thank God we don't have to wait on an Army Navy matchup at the end. But yeah, we'll see.
You cut out.
No, I said thank God we don't have to wait.
I know you said something funny.
I said thank God we don't have to wait on an Army Navy matchup to end the season. But I'm excited to see what happens. It's going to be fun. 17 game season. We're back all user games, so you really have to earn. You got to earn every win rather than get gifted CPU wins. So cool. I think we're all set here. Like I said, this will be the first of many. Hopefully, we get back on the content grind with this. I think it's easier to do Madden content just because it's we'll have Neon at our disposal. You'll know all the players in the league. You'll know the draft. We'll have the draft shows back. So I think that's much easier to do content around Madden versus college football. So very excited. Higgy said he would not pick himself season 1. VVD said Nick is being way too nice to me tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a perfect fit.
DBD's been doing slide canceling for the last 6 months. He doesn't know what a pocket presence looks like.
All you gotta do,
Forgot to mention the fact he's over here playing WWE SmackDown every night.
You don't need you don't need pocket presence when you're just throwing drag routes to 99 speed players. So you drop back.
You do when you have Tua
with a lefty and wing it. So we'll see what happens, but cool. This is one final reminder to everybody: be careful with your cap situation. Do a couple sims outside of this where you see who you can resign, who you can't resign, how you can resign them if you have to let other people go. If you need to make some trades to dump some cap early on, do it. Or cut people if you have to. So the whole roster management is back. There's no more just recruit your players and they're on your roster. You got to pay people now. So things will get very interesting very quickly. If you remember how the first 2 seasons of free agency go, there's a ton of good players and no one has any money to sign them. And there's like 3 or 4 rosters that have money, once free agency rolls around. Because remember, someone might be getting paid, $12 million this year, but they have a contract waiting for them, and all of a sudden it jumps from 12 to 32 million. So go to that salary screen, click on it, see who you're stuck to, married with, and all that stuff. But yeah, let's go ahead and move along here, fellas. We're all good. XCFL Hitstick podcast is back in full force, and season 76 is upon us starting tomorrow night. So, thank you 3 for hopping on. Thank all the viewers who listen. Thank the guys who listen to it back when they're on their morning commute to work or listening on their lunch break. But we are out of here. Everybody have a great night, and XCFL is back, baby. We are here to stay. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.